Variety, they say, is the spice of life, and one of the beauties of the world is the different colors of the rainbow that exist. Now, imagine how boring it would be if the world was just in black and white. Well, that's how I'd like to say welcome to yet another amazing episode of Flipside on independent television, reaching you live from the city of Bronze, that city where the king is truly king. Now, today we have a very interesting topic. It's something that I'm very, very sure will excite you. But first off, my name is Harry Aigbo J, and of course, it's my pleasure to have you join me on this episode of the show. We're taking a look at the social perception of betting culture. Betting is something that seems to have come to stay, and it is a trending thing because a whole lot of persons, especially young men, are involved in it. So we're going to be taking a look at betting and the social perception of it. And to do this with me are two amazing gentlemen. They are people who are quite enthusiastic about sports. Okay, seated to my far left is someone who is a friend of the house, and of course, one of our guys hangouts homies. He goes by the name of William Ediai.
Thank you very much, Ari, for having me.
Yeah, it's good to have you. Yeah. So, Williams is a sport enthusiast and, of course, a social analyst. Seated next to him is someone who's also passionate about sports. He goes by the name of Osaro Edokbai.
Thank you so much, Harry, for having me.
Welcome, Osaro. Sorry?
It's my pleasure being here.
Yes, it's a pleasure to have you. Yeah, so we're taking a look at the social perception of betting. Now, betting is a controversial subject in the sense that, you know, there is a way society looks at people who bet. I think it's a way of gambling, right? One of the ways people describe betting is gambling. So most times when you hear people say, oh, this person bets, you are indirectly saying the person is a gambler. Even though people don't want to, you know, use such explicit terms. So let's get right to it. What is betting culture and how does it influence societies globally? Williams.
Betting culture and how it influences the community globally is just like a form of community interaction. You move around, you find yourself in a confined environment where somebody is running the platform, and then people start engaging while they are trying to exchange money in the sense to double it.
To double it?
Yes, you know, you can put in, you know, it's sometimes very funny why some of them are there to increase the odd. You can get as high as the odd, then that is how your money multiplies. But some of them are there to just take, let me stake reasonably, even if it's not giving that much return, but something for my money. You know, in our local language, Joloju Kokoro, you imagine somebody is coming to 100 naira,
yeah,
and you want to go home with a million plus. How does that? And then there is somebody is coming.
So you're saying some persons have unrealistic expectations?
Yeah. Then you see somebody is coming with 50,000. In his mind, he's just expecting 100, just to double it a little. You understand? So while they are there, they're also interacting, discuss national issues, discuss local issues, and then it becomes more interesting when it's time for elections.
Okay.
You guys, you start this is who I love, this is who I want. No, this person has been this has been that, and then they also discuss community issue. We heard that so thing happened yesterday. Were you there? This kind of thing.
So you mean people also bet on political candidates?
Of course.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, one would think it's just sports and the likes.
No, it's not easy. It has gone beyond just sports.
Interesting.
You bet on who is going to win. The last one, the U.S. election, there was also stake on it who is going to win the election. So it has gone beyond just staking.
And that actually implies that a whole lot of persons must have lost huge amounts of money to that.
Of course. Let me mention a name. Popular musical artist, Drake. He's been on the losing trend back to back. And he's not just taking a little amount. It takes like close to millions to get the...
I guess that's where the Drake curse thing came about.
Yes.
Okay.
So he's been on the losing side for like back to back now. So imagine the kind of amount of money people spend just to fulfill that desire of betting.
All right, amazing. Now, Saro, let's date this back a little bit. Before now, there used to be what we call pools. What some of us saw our fathers engage in, you know, pools betting, coupon and all of that. Some of them will bring out papers and start sticking certain. Do you understand? Yeah. What changed? What's the difference or what's the relationship between that era and this era?
Yeah, what really changed is actually the coming of technology. Okay. You understand? Back then, what you call pool or coupon is a grassroots betting platform where you need to visit the office. You understand? You need to go to that outlet where the shop owners and the company, they do their alignment and they bring the coupon code where you come and search for teams who's going to get draws, you study it and all that. But now, with the advent of technology and with your smartphone, you can easily download betting platform A. I don't want to mention the name, I don't want to give them free advert. Or betting platform B. And when you download it, you register, and easily you can, through what they call, I don't know if I should mention it, like pay stack, you can easily just transfer the amount you need to bet as at that moment, transfer it to the application, and you just do your thing. So that's just...
In other words, technology has made betting easier and more durable.
Far more easier, far more, at the comfort of your home. And if you lose, you cry alone with your phone or with your mobile gadget.
Okay. Yeah. Now, you see, that's basically the downside of betting. A lot of times, people go into this betting thing with high spirits, positive, mindset, hoping to get a whole lot from it. And the sad thing is, it doesn't always end like that. Okay. Now, let's look at the losses. Why is it that people do not anticipate it when they stake huge amounts of money? Williams.
You see, just like I once explained, there are some people who wants to double, not just a reasonable doubling of the money. They want to double it, so they even want to affect the owner of the platform. You understand? And it works, so it works. There was a certain time somebody won a certain amount, they were not able to pay the person at a go. Really? He had to become a stakeholder.
So he literally rendered the betting platform bankrupt.
Almost bankrupt. But for that to happen, it doesn't happen just once in a while.
Once in a while, yeah.
Since then, I've not heard of any such thing. If you even see any such thing, the person that is winning actually giving enough. You carry somebody paying close to $1 million to get 2 million. Somebody doing 10 million to get 20 million. It means you actually giving to get that kind of amount. But that's a reasonable issue of say, okay, you are coming to 100 naira, you want to win something big. Anything you see, you should take it.
You should take it, okay.
And most of these people, they just do it, they are the ones that take the impossible odd. Yeah,
what are impossible odds?
Impossible odds do happen sometimes. You can see, let me just, as a sport analyst, now let me give you, for instance, you see Manchester United, they are playing against Leeds, for example. Leeds are back to the Premiership now. Playing Leeds, the betting platform gives Leeds like 10 odd, and there is giving Manchester United 1.9 odd, 1.19 odd. Then some people are very smart. They can come in a very tricky way. Say 1.19 odd sometimes is very dicey. You may lose
or win
your money. Then he prefers to give it to the 10 point something odd, because there is a way that he will drag the game. One goal will just settle everything. But in the recent, look at the Giants, Manchester United, against Leeds, who are playing. So some people will just prefer to give their money to. So now you putting 100 naira on 1.19 odd, it will not give you anything. So somebody will prefer to take that 10 odd, look for more 5, 4, or 3 odd just because he wants his 100 naira to double. To double, okay. Then you will also have that confidence that he's going to win something. When it happens, you say, in our local law, we say, Okpa flying. One cut.
Okay. Now, in opening, I made mention of the societal's perception of gambling generally, not just betting. Right? In those days, people used to see gamblers as people who are irresponsible in the society. Right? There was this disdain for people who gamble. Now, what has changed over time? Why is it that betting is seen as just a casual thing nowadays? People just, bet like it's nothing. Why is it that they are no longer looked upon with so much disdain as compared to, the era before now?
Yes, he was talking about the old, the medieval era, whereby back to the 90s, 2000s, whereby you have to leave your shop, you go try and pair the figures.
Yes.
Then they give you a very big book. You trace their history. in form of X. They trace their history, how many times they've drawn and all that. So you will not be one to study, say, okay, when these two teams meet each other, they actually usually play the draw. And people prefer to play draw on coupon, not just a straight when they play draw.
Okay.
You understand? So now, then, doing it in a confined...
Could that be the reason it was called draws? Yes,
draws. So when they see you there, that this man is a gambler. Yeah, a gambler. Then, so that societal stigma then was because now, at the advent of technology, it is now even more... The thing has now like getting to... There's no even age limit anymore.
So the age gap...
So somebody can be inside his house doing his thing, you will not know.
You wouldn't know, okay. So it's hard to identify gamblers nowadays.
Nowadays, so because of how
technology
has diversified the whole issue, nobody usually... so it's only those who prefer... Now, some people still prefer the sleep. There's what we call sleep.
Sleep, okay.
Yes, they prefer it that they want to see their sleep so that they can be ticking.
Even in modern day betting?
Yes.
Okay.
They will tell you when you win on platform, there may be this chance of, say, they will like either avoid it or even don't want it to, or they will not even want to pay you because on platform you don't have, when somebody deletes their record from the system, you don't have any evidence. Yeah. So you can't sue them, you can't hold them responsible. But they prefer to have that slip where they mark, they come and meet you, this from your terminal. So you don't have any excuse, you must pay because it was printed out.
Okay, they have proof.
Yeah, proof.
Okay.
So when you see some people now at the shop, they've done that consequences. Because now, our society, nobody wants to welcome somebody who's seen as a gambler. Okay. Even when the society, when these people they've been accepted in society, they are even registered agencies, registered organization. You understand? But still, that stigma is still there that you don't want to associate with the gambler. So some of them, they've already shown that, so they prefer to go to the shop. But still, that stigma of being a gambler is still there.
Still there.
But it's no longer pronounced now because of the advent of technology. That is just the difference.
Okay, now, what are the most popular forms of betting in modern times, Osaro?
The most popular modes of betting right now, like I said earlier before, are the ones you can easily play from the comfort of your homes. There are different betting sites or betting platforms.
Betting platforms.
We have, in fact, the last time I checked, it's so numerous to mention. You understand? So some people have like 4 different betting applications on their phones or computer. So at the comfort of their homes, they can just log in. Like some people use what they call like 20 or 30% formula. If I get my salary at the end of this month, I'm going to put
like 20%
of it on this betting site. Do you understand? It's like a trade. It's a form of trade. You know, it's something that you gamble on.
So betting for them is more like doing business.
Yes, like doing business. Just like some people have now even argued right now that there's actually no much difference than those who are betting than forex traders.
Because it involves risks.
Yes, it involves risk. Because the amount of time forex traders, using monitoring their trade, what they call this thing as signals and all that, is still what a bettor or a gambler also get engaged on. Like, for instance, if you follow, like when you used to go to betting shop, we used to charge our phones there. And you see people, they will bring, what's it called it now? When you get there, you see different teams from Premier League. Like, I'm talking of just English League now. We have the EPL, we have the Championship, we have League 1, we have League 2, and we also have the National League. Now, you see teams that I don't, it was when I started going there that I know teams that like, they call Grimsby. Or what's it called? Skontope and other speed.
Unpopular.
But people know this thing. They can even mention 100 at a go, but they don't know their the National League in Nigeria. I can tell you for a fact. So they study these teams, how they score, their performances, and this is how they are able to go about their betting business. They take it. It's like a serious thing. You understand?
Office
it's like an office, and mind you,
it's just like an investment.
And it's an investment, mind you. Like he was trying to say just now, there are some betting influencers that are highly successful.
Influencers?
Yes.
You buy
influence
odds
for
from
betting
platforms.
platforms.
You buy odds for them.
They even tell you that you see it on their, probably on their social media accounts, and they display their winnings, and they are consistent. It's not that they are winning every time, but at least their winning ratio is high. Like, imagine somebody that bets on 100 hold, and he attempts it 4 times or 5 times in a month, and is able to skate through twice. Won't you follow such a person? Because the probability of you making profit is high.
Follow who know road, huh?
That kind of thing.
All right, in case you're just joining us, it's Flipside on independent television, and we're taking a look at social perception of betting culture. Now, betting has come to stay. It is part and parcel of our culture, and there's so much more to know about this particular subject, but we'll have to go on a break right now, and we'll return. The program continues. Please stay tuned. You're welcome back. It's still Flipside on independent television, and we're taking a look at the social perception of the betting culture. Now, before we went on that break, Osaro was trying to analyze the role of betting influencers in the culture. Now, Williams, what other things do betting influencers do in terms of, trying to get people to keep into it? What other things do they do apart from just influencing people to bet? What other roles do they play?
Okay, these people, just like they have established platforms, they're all over. They're on X, Facebook. They've even taken it to TikTok. They, just like Osaro said, they display their tickets, their regular wins on their platform. Now they're even creating Instagram, they're creating Telegram channel, and WhatsApp channels. You join, and they're around regular. Those that are even top influencers now, they pay for subscription. If you must belong to their, you have to pay a certain amount every month, subscribe, or yearly, for them to give you.
So the influencers pay for subscription?
No, people who follow the influencer who need these odds.
Oh, that need the odds.
In our local language, they call them sure odds.
Sure odds, okay.
And no odd is even sure, 100% sure in the first place. So you pay for them to display to you codes. They give you code after they've outlined it themselves on the platform. They then bet on their own, then they bring the code for you. They'll drop it on their platform, then you pick and go. They will drop it at edit. It's not completely okay. 100%. You to use your sense to remove.
And that sounds like the signal thing.
Yes, they tell you. They tell you. So if you lose your money, it's not them. They've given you the odds that you look at, because people are looking for sure odds. That is just like in our local language, sure odds. When they give it to you, they write under that. This is not their total. So
it's
you
not
have
guaranteed.
the right to edit. It's not. You have the right to edit. You have the right to remove. If you want to go and add, you can add. If the odd is not satisfied, just the Oloju Kokoro people I talked about. If the odd is not satisfactory, you can add.
Okay.
But those who are very smart, it's okay for somebody for you to give me. There are some people who are just looking for just 2 odd. In a total, you can have 5 match or 10 match on a row, generating 2 odd.
10 matches generating 2 odds.
Yes, because of how they want to be safe. We can analyze that, can go forward. Some will say, okay, 12, anybody can win. Can say 1x. Just to want to be sure. If you can play draw, but just give me X. Some people can give you the direct draw X. So they've analyzed this thing, they are now selling it to you to know how these people are making money from it. So they set the odd for you, so if what you want to do, you go and do. So you will not put your money. So now they will tell you, they will also go forward to tell you that don't put anything more than what you have put. If you have this money, put it. But if you don't have this money, you can put the ones that you know you can risk. So now you that is looking for a short, you see 2 odd, you want, how much will you put now? So that's why you now have people who are not crying. They say, I lost 10 million on top 2 odd. You cannot go and fault the person because he has already instructed you in the first place. So he's take the risk to you on your side. It's left for you to decide what you want to do with it. You are looking for odd, I've given you odd. So these influencers, they are doing this thing on a regular. So it's just like their business. Okay. And they have faces. Most of them, they have faces. You can see it on social media. They even travel to go and watch match. To tell you how they want to legitimize their platform. They tell you I have access. So when they give you odd, you say, for this person to go and watch match, some of them even go to dressing room of their favorite club. True. So they'll tell you, for this person to be in this place, it means, this guy is sure. So you really follow them. You follow.
But it's a perception thing, right?
That's the length that betting influencers are going to
just to convince people.
Just to convince people. You understand? That's just it.
Okay, now let's take a look at the legal angle to this. Betting laws, how effective are they in modern day betting? Are there any provisions in law for people who might feel maybe cheated or exploited, or those who may have lost in the process, to seek redress?
To be honest, the laws that governs betting is not explicitly stated if you check. And that's why sometimes, although when you go to betting platforms, there are do's, there are don'ts, so the gamblers or the bettors now, they don't take their time to read. You understand?
Okay, so they're supposed to go through
the
terms and conditions.
Yes, there are terms and conditions there, and you have to read. You need to read those terms and conditions. Okay. You understand? But bettors don't take the pains to read these terms, so they just click agree. And mind you, you can never beat these guys because you are not a lawyer. Okay, I'm not a lawyer. Williams is not a lawyer, and then we go on a betting site, for example, and then we think we have perused the terms and conditions, but we will not be able to understand it because we are not lawyers. You understand? Because in every session there is subsection. You understand?
So it takes someone in the legal field to understand.
It takes a legal expert, a legal practitioner, a legal judge to be able to understand and interpret these laws. And that's why when you win some certain amount, right? They can the betting site or the owners of the betting can tell you that they won't pay you in full. And there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Why?
Because
you didn't adhere to the
because it is there. It's kind of hidden because you are not a legal expert. If I read if I go to the site or you go to the site, there's no way you
most times it's very bogus. You will not have that patience.
You don't have that patience. Even if you go through it, because there are legal terms that you will never understand.
Okay, so some of these rules and regulations, these do's and don'ts, are bulky.
They are bulky.
Hence, people do not have enough patience to go through them.
They don't have that time. They don't have that time. I put it to you, although we are not in a law court right now, that out of 100% bettors or gamblers, less than 10% actually read.
Less than 10%?
Read those terms and conditions.
Wow.
You can put up a poll.
Okay.
That's the truth.
All right, Williams, seems like you have something to add to that.
Yes, because what I wanted to add was that the way he's saying it, just like I would say, you are coming with 100 naira to come and collect 10 million or 20 million, 200 million. Now they've increased it. One of the bet platforms increased it to 1 billion. Now imagine somebody wants to use 100 naira to collect 800 million.
That's going to be possible.
So they have a way to create the system for you.
Greed at work.
Yes, your 100 naira will lose. They take 100 naira. Even if you win that 800 million, for example, they will not open you to a place and say, do you see where you wrote that somebody using less than so amount to win so amount, we will not pay such amount. You will not want to see it. They will be there. They will embed it in codes, put it in place that if you are not a legal expert, just like the way he said, you will not understand. But your own is just like looking for how to multiply your money. Just like I will open a system for you to come and multiply money. I'll be very wise to make sure you don't cause injury that will affect me, that I can be able to recover from. So I will put my system. I will put everything on my system to also protect
yourself.
So those people, they don't care to go through those way. You just want to
just want to
multiply
win.
money. Just want to win.
Want to win.
Well, I guess everyone wants to win, which is one of the reasons why nobody puts
Now
losses
you
into
understand why they were not able to pay the first person that broke that record. That the company was not able to pay. And I say, you come. There's no way you can break this record. Come and stay. You just be looking for, so we give you some over the years, before 10 years. So you needed that money immediately. But they tell that, okay, you won, but we'll use 10 years to pay you.
10 good years.
Yes, probably. For I'll just give you an instance.
Yeah.
Before they say she come and be stakeholder, it means they are not going to pay the person. They will not go into documentation and write. It's okay. In space of 10 years, we'll pay you so amount of money. So they will be able to recover, sit themselves before they will not pay you. So they will not even feel
the impact.
The impact.
Okay.
And mind you, before, there's no way the bettors are going to outsmart the bookies. The bookies are the major player and they are the major benefactor of this platform.
Yes.
Okay.
They see all the odds. They have
access. The odds will always be in the
favor. Their favor.
Now let me tell you something. Let me give you an instance. The UEFA final that Manchester United played against Tottenham, somebody was in the view center, opened his betting site. He was just trying to know this what we call live odd. So he was there. The boy just screamed. And we are looking at the screen. The goal is not here, but he's screaming that there's a goal. How did that happen? These people have their agents all over, scattered abroad. So somebody there has already updated that Tottenham has scored. So it's already showing their system that Tottenham has scored.
So some persons are already in the future.
Yes. So why the delay in the TV? Where is the goal before the goal eventually came?
Manifested,
you now say you off that thing now. So stop causing panic here. That is to tell you how established this betting site, how established they are.
Okay, let me quickly ask this one. How does betting influence fan loyalty to sports teams? We know that there are lots of, what's it called now, clubs in football. Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, and the rest of them. So is there any way that, sports betting affects the loyalty of fans to all of these football clubs? But before you respond to that question, we'll have to go on this break. And when we return, the program continues. Please stay tuned. Yes, it's good to have you back, beautiful people. It's still Flipside on independent television, and we're taking a look at the social perception of the betting culture. Now, before we went on that break, I was asking Williams a very pertinent question. Something that borders on the way that betting affects fan loyalty to football clubs. So do you think that actually happens? Do you think a fan's loyalty to a club is determined by the outcome of his betting culture?
No.
You don't think so?
I will give you an example why I explain the issue. There are some gamblers or bettors who prefer not to stake on their team.
Okay.
They because out of love. So you don't go and get panic for anything happen. Now I will use a certain team, Manchester United, for example. In my house, the view center is close to my house. When I get there to watch match, the owner of the view center also is a bettor. Okay. So it got to a time he was betting on Manchester United. He always lose and lose just because of the love. He don't want to bet against Manchester. But there was a day I was watching match, one fateful Sunday. They scored, and he was angry somehow but at the end of the match, he now signaled his friend that he bet against Man U. I don't look at him and I ask him, has he got to the place that you don't want to bet? He said, no, he can't keep losing losing his money because of Manchester United. So he
happens to be a Manchester United fan.
Yeah, so the betting, he was going to a place that some people don't even want to care anymore because you are losing your money. So he just decided, okay, instead of him losing his money and they are paying his boys who are playing, let me just be cashing out on them. And you imagine the number of matches.
Imagine betting against your own team.
That's how gamblers think. He was not thinking like a gambler.
Okay.
He was allowing the love of his club to override his judgment.
Okay.
See, when you are a critical analyzer, when you are a critical thinker, when you are doing analysis, you don't care. For you to arrive at your result, you must analyze the odds. If it's favor your club, then give it. But if it doesn't favor your club, but it's at its towards then it wasn't favoring Manchester United. Your best thing is to catch out on the process. So
you're saying that you have to be dispassionate about it,
of course, so
irrespective of your loyalty to the club.
Of course, it got to that point that it's an opportunity to cash out of it. Yeah, I still love the club. It's my club. but let me cash out on the losing period that they are.
Okay.
Imagine from then till the last Europa Cup final, even close to a Sunday, count the number of matches Manchester United has lost. And against the teams, is nothing less than 2-3 odds against the team that are playing against Manchester United.
Wow.
So you can imagine if he's putting a million on 3 odds, imagine the money he has been making since then. If he's consistent, if he has the money, he's not using 500 to multiply 3 odds. It will not work. You have to add some other odds. But if he has the money, imagine the odds that Manchester United have given away to other clubs. And
wow.
So that's how it is, my bro.
Osaro, what's your thought on that?
Yeah,
Do you think the outcome of betting could affect fan loyalty to clubs?
Like he has highlighted, for me, it's a double-edged sword.
Okay.
You understand? You cannot keep losing your money because you are loyal to your club. It's a business, like I said in my opening speech. I said, you take this thing as if
it's business.
It's business. That's the only way you can even win. By the time you want to be loyal to your club, okay, your club is out of form. You understand? Then your star players, maybe they are injured.
And you know that the tendency of winning
is very slim.
Okay.
Will you still go and put your money because you want to be loyal to your club? Of course not. Except you, of course, you want to be a loser. You understand? Okay. Like I said before, there are people we can never, I'll keep saying it, you can never win the bookies. But there are people, although a lesser percentage
okay.
You understand, who have made successful winnings and they are now multi-millionaire from betting.
Okay.
And they have not even evolved. They are not influencers. They are not just making money by betting. They are now making money by influencing for these companies, betting companies.
Okay.
You understand? By saying that's why you see it is very rampant now. They'll say use my promo code.
Yes.
Okay. I'm talking about the influencers.
Yes, I'm talking about the influencers now. You've heard it. There are people who have made money from betting. If they want to be loyal to their club, do you think they will make money?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Because by the time you start betting on your club, I'm also a Manchester. You guys should take it very easy on us. I'm a Manchester United fan. I know what I'm feeling right here. You understand?
All right.
Imagine having a losing streak. 3, 4, 5 matches
straight. It must be really, really hard to be a Manchester United fan,
especially
at the time such as
this time, it's very, sometimes I'm not going to watch any match because of my blood pressure.
Your mental health.
On my mental health also. So for you to be a successful bettor, you have to factor in that there's no loyalty. Because you can if you are loyal to your club and they are out of form and you want to start staking your hard-earned money, you continue to lose. That's just the truth.
Okay, Williams, how do governments benefit from betting culture or legal betting markets? How does the government of the day, for example, the Nigerian government, how do you think they benefit from the betting market?
Yes, you see, now I'll start from the root of it. Most of these betting companies in Nigeria, they are not originally from Nigeria.
Okay.
They are partners. Generated more from UK, England.
England, okay.
Majority of the betting platforms are from England.
Does that have anything to do with the fact that most of these football clubs are domiciled in England?
Yes, because of the visibility. Let me say the how will I put it? That one, that word, the clout and the
visibility.
Let's use visibility. There's the word I'm looking for. Let's use visibility.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's worldwide, widely accepted, most viewed.
Okay.
Yes, most viewed and most preferred rich clubs in the world. They are all from England.
Okay.
And majority of this club, you see the inscription on their jerseys. So they've gone is like a worldwide accepted. And there in England, they pay tax heavily. You understand? So now, in government bringing out to Nigeria now, these companies pay tax. Because if they are not paying tax, majority of them would have been short of can send them packing. But they pay tax heavily to the government. And I don't want to believe that they are not paying, because I know how much they are making on a regular basis. In fact, not on a particular day. Every day, seconds per minute, per hour, they make money. So you can't tell me that you are not
from the activities of
from the activities. Now it has even gotten to what they call, do you know what it's called? Visual. Now the clubs are going on holiday, are going on break.
Okay.
While there are other pocket of activities going on, for example, okay. That is not satisfactory to gather odds. So they now bring visual for you. So they give you the clubs. Now these same clubs you are betting on, they play usually on Saturdays. Now this is visual. You run per minute. They will give you a table, you place. So this is how far it has gone. So people do put their money on, like it's happening, and play this match, let's say upon your eyes. That's what we call visual. They make money from it. So you can't tell me that you're not tasking. I don't want to hear that they are not tasking them. And if I hear, it's to be very, very disastrous, and it will cause some emotional damage to me. Because I know how many people are. Now I'll give you an example. Last 2 years Christmas, there was a man who came with 500 naira. When I'm talking about visual, on one of the betting sites around. Okay. So during election, we are having meetings, Labour Party meeting and all that. So he got into the shop. He was playing visual. All of a sudden, I heard people shouting, screaming. To be curious, and I said, what happened? They said the man won a certain amount of money. To be smart, he was supposed to leave there. He was still there. He continued playing. Oloju Kokoro, that's what I said before.
Great.
Lo and behold, the man lose everything, even the 500 naira he came with.
Wait, walk me through this. He had won a huge amount of money.
Yes.
And then he kept staking.
Kept staking.
With his wins.
With his wins. He want to also multiply too. The man lose everything plus his 500 naira that he came with.
But would you attribute that to greed or faith?
Greed. That's what we call greed.
Because some persons will tell you he had faith that he could.
That is not faith. That's greed.
That's greed.
That's greed. Then I'll also give you another example. There was one man too who took the 20,000. He said he wanted to buy chicken. The same December too.
Christmas chicken.
Christmas chicken. He went there. The man actually doubled. He would have left. He continued playing down the wins, down the capital that he brought to the place. So these are damages, there is serious emotional damages. This betting side are causing, even when people are still running into it, but they are causing damages. Then you will not tell me that these people are not paying tax. And if I hear that they are not paying tax, it means it's problem.
Yeah.
You can imagine the people who are losing money that are supposed to use the doing things tangible, and they are telling them that you are not taxing these people, so that you can also collect money to them to better the life of the citizens by giving them good roads, better health care system, and all that, social welfare and all that. If you are telling me you are not tasking them, then there's a problem. That means you are just, what would I say? You are just exposing your citizens to a wolf in sheep clothing.
Okay.
Because they are watching this betting platform. They are wolf in sheep clothing. They tell you, you can win this order. You see, this order is very clean. Let me just put money. You win. But you are going gradually. You are going gradually. Students are losing school fees to this platform.
School fees.
Parents are losing monthly salaries to these platforms, and they are telling me you are not tasking them. That would be totally undoing and being wicked.
Okay.
And to add to what you said, like the way government, I won't just say so that William's mind can calm down. Government benefits from taxation.
Okay.
And outside taxation, there's what we call licensing fee. You understand? No betting company can establish in a country without them, obtaining a license.
That will give you benefit of that.
Yeah.
Because
it is. Now, any country, any betting companies, come or they want to establish,
they must first obtain a license. They must
obtain a license
from the government.
From the government.
Okay.
That's the only way they can be operational.
So that could be one of the ways that the government,
of course,
makes money from it.
They make money from taxation and the licensing fee.
Okay.
Yes. Even there are some countries as we speak. I think it was in Ghana. Some of our West African countries, our brothers now in West Africa, they were complaining that when they are losing their money, government does not say take back your money that they use in betting, but when they win, government takes 10%, some 5%. So they are angry. I saw it on, I think it was X. Why, when I just saw it, they were complaining bitterly that they want a huge sum of money, and look at the amount the government have taken, from them. You understand? So the government are doing it like 2 ways now: obtaining money from the companies, and also obtaining money from the bettors. You understand? So for me, instead of putting burden as a government on your citizens who are bettors or gamblers, why not put the burden
put
on
the bulk of it
on the betting company? Because you and I know that the bookies will always win.
Now,
I said.
Now, in addition, why people are going to the shops? When you win in the shops, the owner of the shop also tax you too. It takes a little from the winning.
Atara. We call it Atara.
We call it Atara. So you see
local parlance, huh?
Yeah,
so you see how the thing goes.
Or you say obtain.
Okay. Now, Williams, how do betting sponsorships affect the integrity of sports? Football is a very, very huge sport, because of, just like you said, because of how popular it is. So I think football even has the bulk of bettors. Most of the people that bet today are, football fans, or you could even call them fanatics. So how does this affect the integrity of football, especially when there is a huge losing streak?
It does not totally affect them, though. They are even making, let's say, clubs are even making revenue from them. Then they're also making revenue from clubs in space of advertisement. You understand? There are a series of clubs. I will not measure clubs. I will not measure the bet platform, but I can measure the clubs. Think West Ham, Aston Villa, even Barcelona, and some other clubs too. If you check their jerseys, you will see is boldly written the betting platform that is sponsoring them. So that is to tell you how creepy or how established this betting platform is. But then in the negative part, I don't think there's really much negative part there. But just you can say, okay, do they have influence on trying to tell them when to lose or when not to lose? I think that does not exist. But the only thing they are achieving is the visibility that clubs are giving to them.
Okay.
If I want to add to that, you see, there's what we call match fixing in football.
Do you think that happens to this betting platform?
Yes.
No,
because that's basically why I asked that question.
That's why I know that's very
yes.
They don't call match fixing in football.
Fixing.
You understand?
Because some persons believe this does not even exist.
It exists. Match fixing exists. You understand?
I will tell you why it exists or it does not exist.
No, it does exist. It does exist. And that's why I asked that question. You see, there are some games that that are absolutely winnable. I don't know if I can mention some clubs name now.
No, are there any games that are actually absolutely winnable?
Now, I'm coming. When a team is informed, their star players is also informed.
So
there's no injury. There's no injury.
Yeah.
The tendency of winning is very high. And mind you, that match they are going to play is very critical. And it could be the last game on your ticket, on your betting ticket. Do you understand me? Now, because of the influence of these, betting companies and the alliance they have with that club, and probably that club is not the last game, the odds are all in their favor to win.
Okay.
They will fix it. I don't want to mention the name of any club.
Please don't.
You understand? But I have seen it happen. And it's not out of the blue.
Okay.
It was because of the influence.
So you're saying that some forces are interested, like they have personal interest in this thing?
Yes, there's personal interest. Imagine you want to, maybe you stake a game with 5,000 naira. People play, there's what we call, it was when I got to Twitter, I know what they call long shots. What is long shots? That is, you can actually stake different kind of games that start from, this is month of May, right? From 1st of May to even June 30th.
Okay.
There's a way they arrange their fixtures on the betting platform.
Okay.
So you pick and pick and pick different teams from this week to the next 6 weeks. They call it long shot. You understand? Now, the ticket is going where everything is, it greens.
So
when you win,
they see you.
yeah.
This person
when you know, they monitor it.
Let's go and fix that match.
Of course, they monitor it. It's in their system. They monitor everything.
Okay.
You understand?
So you are saying in a nutshell that you believe in match fixing?
Yeah, there's match fixing.
Are you saying your odd, for example, that's your long shot, you are going to win 10 million naira? That your long shot in Nigeria currency.
All right,
because of
Williams, you actually
do
do have the floor now. So respond to what he just said.
I'm asking you a question. Is it because of that your 10 million that you want to win in Nigeria currency that they will go and fix that match?
So what you're saying is you don't believe in match fixing?
See,
let me
tell you. As much as he's talking about match fixing, I would say match fixing most times does not come from betting platforms.
Where does it
come
from?
You go check, but match fixing comes from the league authorities. How do they make the money you use in sponsoring those the activities of that place? See, I will tell you why bet does not control this. For example, you have a horde. For example, now I'll use the Europa League final, Manchester United. When somebody was trying to update us, the odd, for example, favored Manchester United. You understand? And then this. Majority of people will put their money on Manchester United because of the odd favoring them. Less people will put money on Tottenham because of the odd. I can tell you that if there are 100 people that are betting, for example, I will tell you 75 are going with odds. They don't want to analyze. They don't want to know that Manchester United have been on the losing streak. They are going with odds. So they put their money on Manchester United. Now, a few people who are very smart tell that these people, they be on a lot of losing streak. They put their money on Tottenham. You understand? Okay. So now, when Tottenham got that one goal, what happened? They all went back to go and start defending. So
to forestall the possibility of an equalizer.
Equalizer or even getting a goal. So you will not say it's the betting company that told them go and be defending. The man, the coach, is looking for how to win a trophy for his club. But if you are talking of match fixing, I will tell you that you go and hold the league authority responsible, not holding bets platform responsible.
Okay, now to begin to wrap up now, I would like to ask this very particular question because it speaks to the future of betting. What are the future trends according to your analysis? Like if you take a look at betting in recent time, what new innovations do you think could come into the betting culture in years to come?
Innovations.
Because, some 10 years, 20 years back, there was betting was not the way it is now.
Yes.
Right? So if you take a look at betting today, what new trends do you foresee for the culture?
The only new trends I can tell you is trying to relax the difficulty. Okay. They know how to relax the difficulty for you, but they know where they will also get you. Now, the only way you can see that introducing of more pattern, more what will I say, more options. Okay. It's called options. Years back, when it's now become to the tech aspect of it, no longer coupon. You now have it on your phones, betting platform and all that. They will strictly, there was no 12. There was something, no 12. Okay. Yeah, as time goes on, you see 12. There was no go-go. As time goes on, you see go-go. There were no winner over 2. As time goes on, we started seeing winner over 2. Now, they are not. So the options, as time goes on, the options need to increase to make it even more easier for you. But those who are not smart will not see it. Okay. They too are very smart to making it easier for you. But those who are not smart will not know that, okay, this odd, because there's no way. Now, let me tell you why, because of time. There's no way they will make it even easy for you that you will not still lose. Because so now imagine
losing factor will still be
there. It's still there. It's still 100%. That losing factor. Imagine Manchester United and Manchester City.
You leave Manchester United.
No, I'm coming. It's my club. Okay, let's leave Manchester. Okay, Chelsea and who are Chelsea fans now? Okay. Chelsea and Arsenal, for example.
Please leave Arsenal out of it. Go on.
These are two big clubs. That is okay. When they meet each other, goals, there will be goals. So people say, like there will be like 4 goals. Bet on 3.5.
Okay.
Some people say definitely they will score each other and go, and then 90 minutes. Okay. Yeah, it's still 0-0. 90 plus 5. Before you know, 90 plus 5 is still 0-0. That's what we call eyeglass. Right. Imagine number of people that played go over 2 and all that. Their money is going to the bet.
So in a nutshell, you see betting being simplified in
years. No matter how simplified it is, people will still lose. Because people there will still win, because those are smart to say, okay, let's give them 1x and all that. But very few.
All right, Osaro, in less than 30 seconds, what do you foresee for betting? What do you foresee for the betting culture?
in the future?
Yes, in the future.
I think I foresee what they call automatic cash out.
Automatic cash out.
Yes, they have cash out system, like when your games are running smoothly, and they might like just say, okay, wouldn't you like to cash out this amount?
Okay.
You understand? So, but if you are not online, you will not see it.
So you have to be
online. You have to be online. So with the invention of automatic cash out, like you can easily just select that when your winning percentage gets to so and so amount, they should cash it out for you automatically. Okay. So with that, it will reduce the losses. Not that you won't lose, but the losses will be minimal.
All right, guys, I want to say a very big thank you to you for taking our time to do this with me today. We've been taking a look at social perception of the betting culture, and I've had two amazing gentlemen with me, William Sejai, a sports enthusiast, and of course, Osaro Edokbayi, who happens to be a public affairs analyst. You guys have opened my eyes to a whole lot of things about betting, and I'm sure a whole lot of persons out there have also learned a thing or two. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right, it's been Flipside on the InBetting television, and of course, it's my pleasure to do this with you. Betting has come to stay, like my guests have said, and it's either you lose or you win. Have it in mind. There are no other ways about it. It's either you lose or you win. So the moment you decide to go into betting, be ready for anything. Okay? So don't go in hoping to lose all the time or hoping to win all the time. Either way, just be prepared so that your mental health will not suffer. Okay, it's been an amazing time. Let's do this again, same time, same station next week. But in the meantime, do the right thing, stay out of trouble, and bye for now.